Hello, hi, welcome to EmpathicFire. I am your reader, Jay. These are going to be general messages for the sign of Scorpio in November 2019. Scorpio, hello, how are you? I hope you're doing well. Well, you had a flipper here, High Priestess. Somebody got their intuition antenna on the rise. You might be very intuitive right now, and that kind of would make sense. Isn't like Mercury in retrograde, and isn't it retrograde in your sign? Scorpio. So some of you might be aware of things before they happen. Some of your clairs might be lit up right now. Claircognizance, clairsentience, clairvoyance, and clairaudience. Your third eye might be open if you're practicing that. I don't really know much about it, but some of you might be having like a kundalini experience. So yeah, you just might be drawn and led and kind of ensnared by your senses or your sixth sense. Yeah. So yeah, that's what that could indicate, but I don't know. Anyway, back to the regular opening lines here. Hi Scorpio, how are you? I hope you're doing well. Right off the bat, happy birthday to those Scorpios who will be celebrating here in November. Also, happy birthday to those who were celebrating in October. You are also a part of the tribe, obviously, so happy birthday to you guys as well. No matter when your birthday is, I hope it's an amazing time. I hope you are celebrating in proper fashion and you're being regaled the way you need to be regaled at the moment, okay? And also, of course, happy Thanksgiving to those who will be celebrating up here in the States or wherever you are in the world. Again, I hope that is an amazing day. Might be my favorite holiday because, you know, a girl likes to eat. So if you are indulging in a plate mounted with food, make sure you take a couple bites for me, okay? Scorpio. Here we are, November. Year's almost up. I don't know about you, but roll on 2020. Yeah, roll on 2020. Guys, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and comment if you have not done so already. If you want to stay up to date with me, make sure you hit the notification bell as well. Scorpio, I've shuffled off camera. That is your main spread there. I will shuffle on camera now for your outcome and your overall energy. Once all the cards are out and their line fades up on the table, that's when the reading begins. Also down there is the information you need if you want to get a personal reading with me. But if you have a question before you actually place an order, go ahead and email me at the same address and I will answer you as soon as I can. All right. And right off the bat, I want to thank you for having a 6-card spread. A lot of these have been 7 cards and it is intense. Anyway, Scorpio, let's get into it. I want to see Scorpio's outcome for November 2019. Please show me Scorpio's outcome for November 2019. Please show me. Okay, bottom of the deck is the overall energy. Yep. All right, let's see what came face down for you. Oh my God, come on. That is coming up so much. Lord. And what, in general, what? Scorpio, as much as this is a 6-card spread, it does not lack in intensity. I'm going to tell you right now. All right, let's get into it. Please show me where Scorpio is in November 2019. Please show me Scorpio in November 2019. Please show me. My God, this is not clear at all. Show me where Scorpio is in November 2019. Please show me. Okay, we got there. But let me tell you, not easy to pin this down because you were everywhere. And maybe that's how you feel. Maybe you're everywhere. Maybe you're all over the place. I don't know. Scorpio, coming in to November 2019, you come in with the Nine of Cups. Well, well, well. Wishes coming true, hey? That's kind of what I automatically say when I get into this card. You might have some wishes coming true. You might see some good fortune come your way, or some type of emotional fulfillment come your way after possibly a long time of not having any. Because the precursor to the Nine of Cups is the Eight of Cups, and the Eight of Cups is all about dissatisfaction and lacking in emotional fulfillment. Here we see someone, this guy, seated in front of these 9 cups, looking kind of smug, looking kind of content, looking like, you know what, I'm good. Here it comes. Here comes the complication. It would not be a Scorpio reading without complication. The complication is, Scorpio, this might be what you believe you have or what you're hoping to have. It might not have taken shape just yet in your life, but this is feeling like a so close I can taste it. Yes, there it goes. There's the lyric. So close I can taste it. I see what's mine and take it. That is a Panic at the Disco song, Emperor's New Clothes. Go ahead and listen to that if you have never heard it before. Yes, because now I'm back at the start of that song, and the first thing he says is, welcome to the end of eras. Ice has melted back to life, I think is what he says. Basically, after some bullshit, whatever form it's taken in your life, Scorpio, I feel you're at the precipice, you're right on the edge of getting this, okay? Ooh, and my forearm is all tensed up here. So close I could taste it. I see what's mine and take it. Yeah. Listen to that song. Stop my video. You might not come back. I know how some people can get distracted, but stop my video. Go ahead and YouTube that song, Panic at the Disco, Emperor's New Clothes. Listen to it. Don't mind the video. The video is a little creepy in case you're like, scared of demons or some shit. But the lyrics, yes. There's a triumphing in that song and in this energy of, I've been through the wars, I've been through the ringer, I have been tried and tested over and over and over again. Give me what's mine. Give me what I'm due. Give me what I have dreamed of, what I have hoped and prayed for. Give me what I've worked for in some cases. In some of your cases, like, bitch, I ain't dreamed this. I put in work. Perfect. Have that attitude. I support it. It's just not here yet. You know it's yours. Whatever it is, whoever it is, whenever it is, however it is. I don't know. Could be an object, could be, a location, money. Some cases it is a connection or a yes, got it. Ooh, that hit me in my throat. I don't know why. Or if not a relationship that you want, a relationship you want to get away from. Whatever it is, you have wanted it for a while. Put in work and or dreams and prayers. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. Did this show up? Did that show up in your... It did. I don't remember the context, but I'm remembering now. I don't have photographic memory, nowhere near, but sometimes like my mind takes pictures of things that I do, and I'm not holding it up, but it's put up in front of my face. And I know that in your birthday reading, there was the Nine of Cups, and it was sort of in this area on the board down here. So I don't know what I said about it then. Go ahead and watch that video too. But this idea of being emotionally fulfilled, of feeling happier, of feeling contented, of feeling like you've gotten one of the, like, it could be a personal goal. This Nine of Cups could be, I lost 50 pounds, Jay. Excellent. Congratulations, my friend. Whatever it is. It's right there, but not yet. I'm at 49 pounds, got 1 pound to go, and then we've hit 50. Perfect. Perfect. Congratulations. The issue is time. Looking, okay, I see it. Looking here. Time. And drama, but also time. So, that, yes. Did I just channel somebody else's voice? Like, I have a pretty deep voice for a woman anyway, but I I skipped back like 2 seconds and I heard that yes again. Yes. I was like, who is that? Anyway, right beneath you, King of Cups in reverse. Water sign energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Could be another water sign. Could be you. I feel it's mostly you because you're waiting. Anticipating. What is that? That's another song. I don't know what that is. Waiting, anticipate. Something like waiting, anticipating. And those are two words that can commonly rhyme. So that could be like a million songs. But because you're waiting and anticipating something, you could be quite irritable. King of Cups, irritable person. Doesn't matter, male or female, okay? Ornery, bitchy, mouthy, or dead silent, okay? It could go either way. But there is like this lack of pleasantries with this energy. I feel it's mostly you. Could be another person you're dealing with who's close to you. Like I said, some of you are getting out of a situation that you don't want to be in. I get it. I get that so strong. We'll talk about that later, I feel. But whoever this is, or however this energy comes across, it is not happy. It's not smiles and giggles and, oh, have a nice day. This is like, you ever, I do that sometimes when I'm in a mood and you're like out in public and people are like, you know, just someone who like a cashier or something, and your total today is blah, 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 blah. You give them the money or you swipe your card and like, have a nice day. And you walk off with your stuff. You're like, you know, not even a full word. I get that way sometimes. So this is what this is. This person or this energy is just like disappointed, dismayed. What was that sound I just made? Like that. Like just like reverting back to like a caveman or a cave woman, like communicating with grunts and gestures, like, you know, lacking the ability to articulate because the emotional dissatisfaction is so much. I cannot wait until this happens. I cannot wait until this closes up. I can't wait till that opens up. I can't wait till I make this move until they make that move. You're just like, because of the anticipation, the pleasantries and the dandiness, sure, the dandiness of your personality is just sucked out of you. You know? Like if happiness was like a liquid that resided in us, you'd be like, you'd like get it siphoned out of you because of what's going on here. And I'm like, it's so strange. Look what I did. Because I put it down to observe it. And if you've been with my channel for a while, I rarely put a card out of its place. But look where I put it. And I was considering it because I'm like, there's got to be more than just like being upset and like, you know, happiness being sucked out of you. Look where it is. So on the Tower and the World card. We're going to get there. We're going to talk about those too. But if you know anything about tarot, if you know anything about tarot, this King of Cups is connected to these two. And the further consideration that I'm getting is because of certain changes, upheavals, dismantling, shifting, endings, sudden endings, traumatic endings. Because of that, this person or this energy also contains a tremendous amount of sadness, a tremendous amount of heartbreak, and feelings of, I'll never do that again. Like, because that's there. I know it. Okay. There is a lesson someone is learning, you or someone else, or both of you, that is, for lack of a cliched phrase, life-changing. You know who doesn't really care for change in the tarot? The kings. None of the kings really care for change. You know why? Because they've ascended to that point of being the king. The kings in the tarot are not the types of kings that inherit a throne because of bloodline. Oh, you're an 8-year-old and your father died. Here, you're the king now. No, that's not how that works in tarot. You have to ascend to this point of being the king. So you work from being a page to a knight. You work from being a knight to a queen. You work from being a queen to a king. You work your way up a ladder. Could be that. Somebody worked their way up a ladder in a job, in terms of a community, maybe political influence or community service. You know, somebody who, what do you call those people? Oh God, I'm gonna blank on it. Like councilmen, something like that, which can be elected, but you can also be appointed, or, you know, you work so long within a committee or something like that, and then you get elected, or not elected, but what do you call that? Appointed, yeah. So somebody has ascended to this point of being a king, and now that they've gotten to there, they had a certain amount of assurance. I'm at the top of my game. Everything that I've achieved is solid. The people that are around me are solid. Nothing will change. Boom. Change happens. King says, WTF. What is going on? I don't approve. I don't like this. I'm sad. I'm despondent. I'm depressed. In some cases, I'm angry. Like I said, I'm ornery. I'm communicating with grunts. Have a nice day, sir. You know. Could be you. Could be someone else. I knew it. I knew there would be drama in your reading. You can't have a Scorpio reading without drama. Especially during a retrograde and especially during Scorpio season. Can't have it. I mean, it could. I'm being facetious. So what else is happening? So yeah, well, they're like, get into it. They were like, bang, they pushed me in there, get in it. I'm like, okay. So listen, for those who are coupled, not anymore. Not all of you. Obviously, it's a general reading. Not all of you are doing this. But for those who have wanted it out, or your partner has wanted it out, here it comes. Here it comes. 9 of Pentacles. It is coming. Why? Nine of Pentacles is the single lady's card. It's the card of independence. The card of personal abundance and fertility, but not in a sexual way, fertility, but like ripeness. Thank you. Things are always coming up roses with the 9 of Pentacles. Now, that is not to say that after a breakup, one of you just walks down a garden path full of this, full of bushes, full of pentacles, and everything in your life is hunky-dory. No, that's not how reality is. But eventually we get to this point. We get to this point of feeling self-sufficient, self-sustained, more accomplished, feeling more vital, or feeling revitalized. Thank you. Could be for both people, or just one of you. Regardless of how you get to this point, whether you're leaving a relationship, leaving a job, moving from one town to another, whether the change is, again, I lost 50 pounds, hit that, now I'm going to lose another 30 pounds. Or now that I've lost my weight goal, now I'm going to tone my body. Or now I'm going to start in on an activity club. Maybe I'm going to start rowing. Maybe I'm going to start doing CrossFit, in an amateur circuit. Whatever. Once we get the change is underway, once the change is, it's like a domino effect, like a domino set. You set up a bunch of dominoes, you tip the first one, they all fall. Until the line is complete, until all the dominoes fall. There's no stopping it. Yeah? So once that ignition point happens, what's at the end of the dominoes all falling? Somebody, or everybody involved in a hopeful world where maybe somebody can be, you're living a copacetic life with other people, but at least one person, if I'm honest, it feels like Scorpio, because you're the one I'm doing the reading for, gets a glow up, gets like a level up in their life. Financially, maybe, since it's Pentacles. Maybe some of you have been wishing for financial freedom. Wow, really? Freedom? Is that right? Yes. Okay. Fuck. And I say that because I don't want to get into that type of energy again, because I had that with Leo and a little bit with Virgo, and now I'm like, come on. In some of your cases, you had finances tied up in somebody else's life, they had control over your finances, or they, whatever. Or you could have just been a hold for some reason on your finances, your business. Maybe some of you were sued. What do you call that? Your assets were frozen, right? Something like that. And now you've just been wishing and praying and putting in work to getting your finances freed up, to getting financial freedom. You're getting it. Congratulations. And the reason I said, fuck, and I was just like, ugh, is because I feel like I'm feeling like a family friend dynamic where somebody, like something was coming to Scorpio, like maybe a payout, maybe just your check, and then some, like in football, you throw a pass and somebody jumps up in the air and grabs the football. Interception. Somebody intercepted your football. Somebody intercepted the money that was coming to you. Somebody contested something over a will, over an insurance payout. You're named as the beneficiary. You're named as whoever. And somebody steps in and says, not so fast. I don't think that's what that means. It's in the will, Barbara. Shut your face. Something like that. Sorry about that, because it feels kind of dirty, kind of nasty, the way in which people have behaved over this. The way people have tried to block this from you feels really divisive, or not divisive, what's the word? Poignant. They have done it on purpose. They knew what they were doing. It wasn't I'm not sure what that language in the contract means, or we can't be sure what that means. You know what it means. The only reason you're stepping in here to say anything is to fuck with me. That's what that feels like. Whether or not that's true, guys, get used to my channel. If you're new here, I read the emotion of the energy I'm connecting with. And it's often not about fact and untruth or what's fact and what's not. It's about the emotional connection I make. I'm making an emotional connection with someone who had something, maybe still has something at the tip of their fingers. I could go listen to that song if you didn't do it. So close I can taste it. I see what's mine and take it. That could be the mantra of the person who intercepted you. You're getting a payout. You're going to reap this benefit. Somebody thinks, no, you don't, Scorpio, not so fast. That's mine. And they reach out a dirty little finger and they pull something away from you. And you're like, excuse me? It says it in the contract. It says it in the will. It says it in the paperwork. I inherit this. I have ownership of this. The paycheck comes in my damn name. It says pay to the order of Scorpio. It doesn't say pay to the order of Scorpio's brother. It doesn't say pay to the order of Scorpio's husband or wife. It says me. It's mine. But you have come in here to take it from me. Maybe it's that person who now is upset because now you're claiming your own money or claiming your independence, whatever. Listen, I want to get out of that. I don't like that. I'm going to take a little break here. Because it's not my energy, it's not my life, but it comes out of me as if it is me. That's why I speak in I's a lot, because I'm translating for whoever. Me. When I say me, I'm probably saying you, whatever your name is. Tom. Sandra. Rodrigo. Whoever you are. When I say I, it's my money you're trying to take. It's my freedom. Freedom. Jesus Christ. Whatever. So, it's coming. Whatever you've been held from, whatever has been held back from you will not be held back for long. There is, yes, get it. I'm like, where am I going? And then I look down. When I made eye contact with this, that's where that yes came from. Yes, get it. They want me to talk about this. Here it is. Ignition point. Where the dominoes begin to fall. The tower moment. Secondary major arcana for Aries. You might be dealing with an Aries, but you don't have to be. Scorpio, oh shit. Is this an argument? Some of your cases. Is this paperwork finally getting a stamp on it down at the county sheriff's office? Like, bang! Finally getting a stamp done on it by a judge, or signed off by you, signed off by them, whatever. This is the ticket. The tower card. The ticket. Doesn't feel pleasant for many of you, but damn it, it will be eventually. God. Some of you, this is like really sickening to me because it didn't have to be this way. It didn't have to get nasty. It didn't have to be adversarial. Nobody had to, file with claims with a lawyer. Nobody had to be dragged through the mud, but somebody got there. Somebody got gutter with it. Somebody played dirty. Why? Why? At this point, that doesn't fucking matter. But that's what somebody keeps saying in their head. Why? 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 Why did you have to do that? Why did they have to say that? Why did this have to happen this way? In the grand scheme of things, it just had to be. Because the tower often comes with no explanation or no rhyme or reason. It doesn't make sense sometimes. And in some of your cases, it doesn't even have to be as explosive or as intense as I'm feeling it. Some of you, this is a very calm opening of a letter, opening of an email. Oh, okay. So it says here, the paperwork has been received and it'll be filed in the sheriff's office or in the county office come Monday. Great. That's a tower moment. In other your cases, this shit, oh my God, this is crap. I don't like it. You see what I just did with my fist? Like where's that meme of like Arthur's fist? Like that's what this is. It did not have to be so terrible. Did not have to be so extreme and hurtful, but damn it, it is. It just is. So if you're wondering why, Scorpio, forget about it. The why doesn't matter because the tower doesn't give rationality or rhyme or reason to a situation. It just happens. It just not just appears in your life, but it comes in your life to push you through something, to get you over a hurdle, to remove, to remove certain obstacles, people, places, or things from your life. Why did I get fired? That was a bullshit job. You weren't happy, or eventually in about 3 months, you're going to see that place gets raided by the FBI or they get a huge audit from the IRS. You had to leave because you didn't need to be implicated in those white collar crimes. You see what I mean? So in the moment, you're like, oh my God, I lost my job. This is so bad. And the money that you're waiting for is a severance package. And then that could be caught up because of the audit. You get let go of from a company like, okay, we'll give you severance, we'll give you this package, we'll give you that package, and then within a couple of weeks you find out, oh, they're being audited by the IRS, and my money, my payout, is now tied up in the legal system. You see what I mean? So you're like, why? Why did I get fired? I did a good job. Da, 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 da. And then you find out the reason you got fired is because you don't need to be in the court case. You just got to sit back, wait for the IRS and everybody else to do their business, which will take a long time because anything with the government takes forever. And then eventually, you get your money. In terms of pentacles, I don't normally tell time, but with 9, maybe it's 9 months. Oh, like, do you see what I mean? Being upset at how it happens or the timing of it happening and not really looking at the bigger picture. Might not being able to see the big picture until it's long done and dusted, until retrospect. I said something in the beginning about, come on, 2020. I'm anticipating personally the year 2020. Maybe once 2020 hits, you're going to be able to see, oh, that's why that happened. So you can hold on to the why. I would try to release it because you'll just drive yourself crazy wondering, how come this happened? Why did this happen? Why did they say that? Why did they do that? Let that shit go if what you're wanting isn't coming anytime soon, okay? And then eventually the why will make sense. To give you an illustration, I had a tower moment in October 2016. I know exactly what that tower moment was because it came into the impact of it was boom, the next day. Like, oh shit really changed around here, right? I didn't understand that why probably until midway through 2017. And maybe not even until 2018, truly. Right? That's just an example as like cryptic and, without detail as I can leave it. But something happened to me in my life in October 2016. Things did not get revealed to me until much later. And probably up until this moment, I'm still thinking there's more for me to understand about what happened then that has influenced my life up until this point. That's just to illustrate the power or the magnitude or the ripple effect that happens when you encounter a tower moment. What your tower moment is, when it is, I don't know. You know, I don't know. So it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. The 2 cards of it's coming. Number 1, the world, right beneath the tower moment. So the base of the tower moment in your life, Scorpio, embodies an ending. The world card, the end of the tower deck. Card 21. That's the end. We start all over in terms of the majors with the Fool. So something's getting wrapped up. Zodiacs that are associated with this card are the fixed signs, so Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. You're here. Also, this is world, so it's also associated with Saturn, which is the ruler of Capricorn. So you could be dealing with any of those signs or none at all. You're kind of here, like I said, because Scorpio is a fixed sign. So you're part of the story here. You're one of the main characters in this book. And this is a chapter end, or it's the end of the book. Maybe this is the end of the first book in a series. You know, maybe this is the first book in, you know, the trilogy that will be Scorpio's life. Who knows? But something has ended, and there is a lesson, several lessons. There are like several lessons. Okay, several lessons involved in this story. What those lessons are, how they affect your life, I don't know. But you see the naked lady. Can't miss her. She's right there in the dead center of the card. This ending and the lesson leaves you in a vulnerable position, Scorpio, or if not vulnerable, feeling naked, feeling new, feeling raw, feeling exposed, feeling like you maybe in some senses are reborn. Maybe your tower moment is a baptismal. I don't know. But you're breaking away from something, released from something, cut away from something, running away from something. Something is ejected from your life, or a person, you know, whatever. And for a while, it's like a raw nerve. You don't know who you are. You don't know whether you're coming or going, whatever it is. It's a daunting place to be because, I mean, again, she's naked. No shame on people who are nudists or anything, but I don't know about you. I would prefer not to walk around the world naked. Please give me some shoes at least. She ain't got no shoes. All she has is that scarf, that sash, and these 2 batons. I'm sure they have, you know, bigger esoteric meanings, but I haven't gotten into that in terms of my tarot studies. But there's very little she has of her former self. This woman on this card, meaning you. There's very little that you have of your former life, your former circumstances, what used to be before the tower. You walk away, not with nothing, but you walk away with less than what you have ever had. Which might sound kind of counterintuitive to some of you if you say, well, I'm coming away with money. Okay, you get money, but what did you lose? Friendships? Family relationships, partners, in terms of business. Maybe you're dissolving a business. Maybe in some of your cases, you've lost time. Like I said, some of you, your money is tied up with the government or the IRS or people giving you the runaround on the phone. Hey, you owe me money. There's Scorpio calling. And they're like, oh yeah, we'll pay you. And they hang up. We're not paying Scorpio. You know what I mean? That's what you lose. You get the money in the end, but you lose your time. If you're waiting for a payout of a substantial amount of money that you could then use to pay your bills, pay down debt, and they don't give it to you or you don't have access to it for weeks or months at a time, you have lost the ability to take care of your responsibilities. So that's how that works. Well, if I'm getting money, how am I losing? That's how you lose. You lose something, or you're put in a precarious situation. You thought you were getting a payout, and that's why you were telling people, I'll be able to pay this debt off by this date. Then the money that you're expecting is like this. You're sitting there with your hand out and it never appears. So you now have to cover your tracks. You're now left in a precarious situation where you promised money to somebody else but that money was never yours. Not even never yours. It just wasn't yours when you thought it would be yours. You see what I mean? Talk about it. Y'all are whispering to me now? What is that shit? Scorpio, you've made me drink more water than I've ever drank in any reading ever. Sorry, that was... you're funny. Whoever that was, you're funny. Anyway. Jesus. Okay. How can I get to this quickly? Because they're like, go back and talk about that. Okay, go back and talk about it. So. Oh, crown. Got it. We're rewinding so much, but I swear I'm going to speed through it. Remember the King of Cups. Kings, they wear crowns. They're at the top of their game. They have a foundation. Look at the crown up there on the tower. Boom! Blown out. The king in your life, this is specifically for those who are dealing with relationships. Whether they be romantic or not, but it feels mostly romantic. You had a king in your life. Male or female, does not matter. You are male or female, it does not matter. The king in your life lost their crown. Ooh, lost their crown. When they lost their crown, maybe you're their crown. Maybe their job is their crown. Maybe their house is their crown. Maybe their self-esteem is their crown. Whatever. Blown up. That splinters you two apart. There's a there's a fracture in the King of Cups' life that was never repaired, is not repairable. Right? Tower moment. Changes the dynamic between you and this person. Yeah? Things are never the same after one particular moment. After one thing happens to them or you, whoever the king is. Because you cannot repair the damage done by the tower, you both get pushed out of the tower. Some of you, maybe you lived in a high rise, like you literally lived in a tall building that, unfortunately, there was a fire, maybe. Because aren't there right now, or recently, there were some fires in California, something like that? So due to natural disasters or whatever, damage to a property, damage to a relationship, damage to somebody's own self-esteem or their ego, whatever, splinters you two. You both fall out of the... Look at that. They are talking to me today for you. Look also, the differences between the two people. I'm not trying to say this is your case, and I'm not trying to say there's anything inherently in here for you. One is... Oh, God, there we go. I think we're back. Again, I'm not trying to comment on any inherent characteristics here, other than the visual. One of these characters looks to be black, or a person of color, and the other looks to be white. So there's a difference. You and this person, you're on different paths. After a moment, after a discussion, after some information is revealed or decided upon or whatever, we see now we are two different people, or we're on two different paths in life, or we come from different worlds. There is no longer an adhesion to a situation. Now there is a split. I'm not here to say this is easy. I'm not here to say like, oh yeah, good for you, Scorpio, unless that's what you want, unless that's what you were after, then congratulations. My point is, in a relationship, you could have been wishing for things to, separate. You could have been wishing for things to stay together, whatever you were wishing for. The king was not on board, or the king could not handle what you wanted, or vice versa. So we get the tower moment. And then we also got the Nine of Pentacles in between, but I think that's, in terms of the relationship, I think you will route down and become that. So it could be like for some of you, you haven't been single in forever. I haven't been single in 15 years, Jay. Welcome to it. It's a jungle out here, I'm making light of it. I'm trying to make light of it, but I understand how that could send someone into a panic, or how that could send someone into this very vulnerable, unsure place. Like, something has ended, but you don't know what has begun. Something has ended, but you don't even know what has begun. Something has begun or will begin very soon. And all you or them or both of you can focus on is what was. Like now I'm seeing these two people, they land down at the base of the tower in different locations. They don't know where the other one is anymore, and they're both staring up at that tower as it's like burning down, as it's crumbling down, and they're like, what happened? What happened? So I get it. There's a moment in the dissolvement of a relationship where we don't know what's going on. You, them, anybody. There's confusion here. Vulnerability here. But I'm telling you, that shit is done. And I say it that way because energetically, Scorpio, it's fine. You're fine, they're fine, everything is fine. The tower doesn't appear in your life until you're ready to handle it. And again, my October 2016 thing, if I'm honest, I didn't get emotionally settled with that shit probably until spring 2017. I feel spring 2017, I was finally coming around to, you know what? I think I'm okay. And October, what is that? November, December, January, February, March, 5 months, April, 6 months. It's a short time, but if you're living in this, I don't know, and you're sad and you're depressed, as I was, you really don't begin to, you're living in it, so you can't even have a different perspective. So for some of you, like I said, it's coming. It's coming. Wheel of Fortune. And look what the hell it's in between. Listen. Here we go again. Wheel of Fortune represents the fixed sign. So again, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius. This is also ruled by Jupiter, so it is also associated with Sagittarius. You could be dealing with any of those signs or none at all. All right, tarot lesson over. Time, time, time. Looks like a clock. It's not a clock, but it looks like a clock, right? It's reminiscent of a sundial or a clock. Time, time, time. The passage of time, which if you're watching a clock, you're suffering. As every second ticks by, you're like, come on, come on, come on. That shit is slow. Go do something else. If you're worried about the timing of something, go distract yourself. Because if you're going to watch the clock, you're going to suffer, right? Now, Wheel of Fortune, in its name, tells you what it's all about. It's about fortune. It's about things being beneficial and enhancing your life, enriching your life, adding to the flavors of your life, adding to the palette with which you may paint a picture, yeah? Giving you new brushes, giving you a clean canvas, giving you the skill or a teacher that can help you paint a wonderful picture. This is all a metaphor, obviously. But look at where it is. It's between the Tower and the Nine of Cups. Once the ignition happens, it takes time. It takes fortune and expansion because, Jupiter is about luck. Not about luck, but it does incorporate some luck, or it does incorporate some kind of serendipitous energy, right? And also, being Jupiter and associated with Saturn, it does indicate some type of learning or some type of higher perspective, because that's ninth house of philosophy, house of worldview, and religious or spiritual practices, and are also there. So through time, ignition point through time, studying maybe, like I said, don't watch the clock, go do something else. Enrich your life in a different way, take up a course, take up counseling, take up, personal, make whatever. Like, again, if you, going way back to that earlier example I used of, I lost 50 pounds, Jay, now I want to get in shape. If anybody knows I'm not, obviously, I'm not a personal trainer, but I know a thing or two about it, because I have one, is that you can't get to your goal overnight. Getting to the 50 pounds lost, that took how long? Weeks, months, right? And now you're saying, I want to become a triathlete. Okay, so now we have to train for running, swimming, and biking. Again, who did I say that for? I think I said it for Libra or Leo, or maybe it was your reading. I can't remember. You can't expect to become a triathlete or run a marathon without some type of conditioning and training. If you've only ever run 2 miles max. Why would you try to run a marathon at 15 miles tomorrow? Doesn't make sense. You're probably not going to succeed. You have to take the time to enhance yourself, to become a student or somebody who conditions themselves to become a long distance runner, to become a triathlete. If you have been in a relationship for 15, 20, 50 years of your life, for like the few people who are over 60 that watch my videos, right? And now all of a sudden your partner is gone. You guys split up. Maybe one of you has passed away. I don't know. And now you're single again. You haven't been single since 1942 or some shit like that. I would not expect you to be up on your feet within 2 weeks, bouncing around. I'm single. I'm an older single person. This is great. No, it will take time for you to develop into that comfortable spot. Because look at what's beneath it. The 9 of Pentacles. It's going to take time for you to get comfortable and feeling abundant with what you have and what you've lost. Anything else with the Wheel of Fortune? No, really? No? No. Okay, good. Because we've gone on forever. You guys, Scorpio, sometimes you get the longest, you guys get, if I'm honest, I think I do some of my best work with Scorpio readings, and I don't know why. Anyway, outcome for you in November is the King of Swords. So, I think you're getting to a place, Scorpio, where you're more clear-headed, where you're able to really see the forest for the trees. If you're in the middle of that forest, right? No compass, no GPS, no supplies, really. Maybe just like a canteen of water, and you want to find your way out. Initially, somebody might panic in such a situation. Somebody might feel overwhelmed and lost and despair in that situation. I'm going to die in these woods. I don't have a map. I don't have my GPS. Nobody knows I'm here. I don't know how to, make a tent, da-da-da-da-da. And you're just like, this is the worst thing ever, right? I feel with this energy, you're able to calm yourself, clear your mind, and understand your situation for what it is. So you might not be a survival person, and I'm going to talk about this, and I'm not a survival person. I'm a city girl. I don't like the woods, but I'm going to talk about it as if I know it. Now, in that situation, get your bearings, I think would probably be your first step. Where am I? I'm in the woods. Like, are there like cliffs around me? You look maybe for like certain signs that people have created trails in these woods. You begin to apply rationale and logic to your situation in order to better understand it, in order to see the forest for the trees, in order to, and I might be using that phrase incorrectly, but I think you would be better able to no longer see the forest as this thing that has doomed you to death, or doomed you to starvation, or doomed you to freezing to death because you're not going to get out before the sun goes down. And you begin to see it as a challenge, or a test, or I'm in the woods. I know there's a road nearby, or I think I know the general way in which I got in here. Or, like I said, you look around, you maybe see a trail or two, you might see, signs that people have cleared away bush, and you go that way. You apply some type of logic to your situation in order to get out of it. So, again, to bring it back to a more feasible example, if you've broken up with someone for however long you were with them, this is just an example, or you left a job, got fired from that job, and your money's in sequester, it's being audited or whatever. You look at the situation logically. Try to be objective with that King of Swords energy. Did I mention air sign energy? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And you try to look at it and say, you know what? I lost the job because I didn't need to be involved in that headache of a court case. I'm not going to be subpoenaed, or I'm not going to be giving an affidavit, or if I am, that's all I have to do. They're not going to drag me down to court, and I'm going to have to testify for 2 days or something like that. It's just like my involvement in that drama is minimal, right? In the time that I'm out of work, I'm now able to maybe pursue different endeavors, or maybe serendipitously a friend of yours has a job that they refer you to, and it's a pretty good fit. It tides you over until you get your payout from your previous job. It's like you're in the moment, it feels terrible. Surrounded by the trees, you feel overwhelmed and scared. But you realize, take a step back. All right, I'm in the woods. I'm not totally too far from my house. I'm probably a few miles from my house. Let me get my bearings and see if I can navigate myself out of these woods. In the relationship sense, been together however long. Now you're single. Maybe now you're living on your own. You've never lived on your own, or it's been a while. You're used to picking up 2 loaves of bread or 3 loaves of bread if you have a family, right? You go to the store. I only need 1 loaf of bread. I'm saving money. Whatever. It's like after time, you become clearer about all that you've experienced, and to a certain extent, appreciate it. Because the swords, in terms of a suit in tarot, is probably, in my opinion, the diciest. No pun intended, because it's swords. It's like, there's not a lot of swords energy. Like, if you think about the swords, 2 of swords, 3 of swords, 4 of swords, 5 of swords, 6 of swords, 7 of swords, 8 of swords, 9 of swords, and 10 of swords, a lot of that is unpleasant energy, or energy that isn't easily dealt with, because it is so sharp, because it is so intense, because it is so based on intercommunication, expression of ideas. You take risk when you express your ideas. You take risk when you tell people, I don't want to be in this relationship anymore. You take risk when you tell your boss, or you take risks when you submit an affidavit that says, yeah, my boss was shady and I think he was embezzling money. That's a risk. So there's something here about finding a nuanced place with that King of Swords that offers a clear insight into a situation, clear insight into the resolution of something, or again, maybe even just not dwelling on your circumstances in such a negative or dire way. Overall energy, Page of Pentacles. So, what have we been talking about this whole time? Is kind of what the overall means. God, adoration. What? Oh, okay. They threw a word in my head. Adoration. Look at the page. Look at how he or she is beholding that pentacle, idolizing it, studying it. Maybe some of you, maybe you want to go back to school. Maybe getting fired or let go or walking away from a job, whatever it was, has freed you in terms of time to go become a student again. Maybe you never finished your degree. You got 2 years in, you're like, to hell with this, I'm going to go start a job. So you take those credits you earned in the early 2000s, you transfer them over to your local university or college, and you're like, okay, that only sent me back about 1.5 years. So now I'm like, halfway through my sophomore year with the transfer of these credits. Let's go. I'm going to finish my degree. Something like that. Because pages are young energies, right? They're novices. So some of you are restarting on a path that you long abandoned, or you walked away from, or that got taken away from you, because there is still that energy of somebody blocking you here. And I want to thank my guides on camera in front of you guys. I want to thank them, because when I said I didn't want to deal with that anymore, they removed that from me. So thank you. They didn't do it in the Leo reading, but they did it in the Scorpio reading. So thank you. But some of you, this is coming back to a certain endeavor, or a passion of yours, a project of yours that was taken from you, or blocked from you, or withheld from you. In terms of the money, this is you getting that money back and kind of, idolizing it, going, oh my God, look at all those zeros on the end of my, my bank statement. This is great. And you're really, the Page of Pentacles figures out what's next. All the pages are like, what's next? What's next? But the Page of Pentacles in particular is like, what do I do with what I have now? Now that I have this new chance, opportunity, or the revival of a chance or something like that, how am I gonna take this pentacle and make the most of it? Whether that, again, is actual physical money, actual tangible things such as money, time, resources in terms of relationship. How am I going to handle being single? Some of you, maybe you've been single forever and you're going towards a relationship. Maybe you have spent 9 months, 9 years, 9 something single, and now you're moving towards a certain, I don't even want to say it's a commitment, because I don't see cards of commitment here, but I do see potentiality with this, that, and this. Yeah? Scorpio, that's it. I've talked forever. I'm almost out of water, so I'm going to have to go. Scorpio, if you like this reading, please hit the like button. If you want to let me know how this resonated in your life, I would love to read about it. Scorpios, you've been some of the most supportive people on my channel. I have enjoyed interacting with you guys and working with you guys. So go ahead and comment if you choose to. Let me know how this resonated in your life. Share this video, of course, if you think other people will be able to get something from it. And of course, subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Be cool like the other Scorpios that are on my channel and join by hitting the subscribe button and hitting the notification bell. Scorpio, I'm going to be back in 2 weeks doing the mid-November readings. And then, like I said at the top, I'm going to be doing the live for the collective during Thanksgiving week here on the channel. So you have that to look forward to. But sooner than both of those days, Scorpio, I will be going live here on the channel for you guys in the middle-ish time of your birthday season on November the 9th at 5:30 Eastern Time. And I will be doing questions for my Scorpio people as they fill in the chat room. I know a couple of you are looking forward to it. I think like 2, maybe 1 or 2 of you showed up in the Libra reading, and I was like, sorry guys. So for those, I hope to see you then. Again, November the 11th. 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If that time doesn't work for you, I am sorry for those who are international, but that's kind of, convenient for me on a Saturday. So yeah, I look forward to seeing you guys then. Until then, guys, take care. Bye.